The Delicate Dance of Democracy, a deep dive into the Nigerian presidential certificate controversy and its implications for governance introduction in a nation rich in history and diversity, where the tapestry of politics and society is woven with complex narratives. The reverberations of President Tinubu's certificate controversy sound particularly loud. To the casual observer, it might seem like just another political skirmish, a fleeting storm in Nigeria's vast political landscape. But peel back the layers, and one discovers a deeper tale. This is not merely a story of an academic credential's authenticity. It's an exploration of Nigeria's institutional checks and balances, an examination of power and its constraints, and a reflection on the intricate dance between leadership and the collective identity of a nation. As we delve deeper, we find ourselves navigating the maze of governance, the tug-of-war of political might, the solemnity of constitutional directives, and the very essence of what it means to be Nigerian in today's world. 1. The genesis of a national debate. The year 2022 ushered in not only a new chapter for Nigeria but also a controversy that would echo through its corridors of power and onto its bustling streets. As the narrative unfolded, a seemingly benign piece of paper, a certificate from Chicago State University, transformed into a touchstone of national discourse, imbued with layers of meaning and consequence. For some, the document represented a testament to President Tinubu's educational journey. For others, it became an emblem of potential deception. Yet, as the nation fixated on its authenticity, a profound and more complex dialogue was beginning to unfold. The debate transcended mere ink on paper. It posed an existential question: what anchors our trust in leadership? Why does a single document, in an era of digital information and global connectivity, wield such power over a nation's psyche? This wasn't just about President Tinubu or the particulars of his academic journey. It was about the very foundations upon which society is built: trust, accountability, and the symbolic weight we, as citizens, place on seemingly mundane artifacts. It compelled Nigerians to grapple with the fragile interplay between evidence and belief, between a leader's narrative and a nation's collective trust. In the heart of this swirling debate, Nigeria found itself at a crossroads, navigating the complex terrain of politics, identity, and the role of evidence in shaping a nation's destiny. 2. INEC's role. The gatekeeper's dilemma. Electoral commissions bear the weighty responsibility of shepherding the sanctity of democratic processes. Across the globe, these institutions are erected as bulwarks against potential electoral malfeasance, ensuring the voice of the people is not only heard but revered. In Nigeria, this sacred duty falls upon the shoulders of the Independent National Electoral Commission. As the custodian of Nigeria's electoral integrity, INEC's mandate stretches beyond the mere act of counting votes. It is entrusted with the verification of the bona fides of every individual who aspires to the highest echelons of power. But the Tinubu certificate episode thrust INEC into the eye of a storm, compelling the nation to question the thoroughness of its gatekeeping function. The saga prompted many to ask, how deep does INEC scrutiny go? In an age where information is both omnipresent and, paradoxically, elusive, where does thoroughness end and presumption begin? Can INEC, with its vast bureaucratic machinery, be expected to verify every claim, every document, of every aspirant? However, the Tinubu certificate conundrum also shed light on a broader, more intricate dilemma. In the dance between trust and verification, how does an institution like INEC strike a balance without stifling the democratic process? Must it operate under a presumption of honesty, or does it adopt a more skeptical stance, risking the ire of political aspirants and their vast constituencies? In the labyrinth of this debate, what becomes clear is the delicate balance INEC must maintain. The Tinubu case serves as a testament to the challenges facing gatekeepers in modern democracies, challenges that straddle the fine line between ensuring integrity and fostering an inclusive political arena. As Nigeria moves forward, the lessons from this episode will undoubtedly shape the evolution of its electoral watchdog, guiding its approach in the myriad elections to come. 3. The power and limitations of the presidential office. The presidency, in any democracy, is an embodiment of authority and influence. Nigeria is no exception. When President Tinubu took the oath of office, he inherited not just the mantle of leadership but the immense powers that come with it. From foreign policy decisions to internal governance, from military orders to economic direction, the presidential office's reach is vast and impactful. One such tool at his disposal is the executive order, a powerful instrument that can reshape policies, directives, and sometimes even narratives. Yet, as the certificate controversy unraveled, it illuminated a pivotal aspect of Nigeria's democratic architecture, the checks and balances that are intricately woven into its constitutional fabric. While the president can issue executive orders, they are not blank checks. They must stand the test of constitutionality, ensuring they don't overreach or infringe upon the very principles upon which the nation stands. The Nigerian constitution is a guardian of its people's rights and aspirations. Crafted with foresight, it anticipates the tumultuous waters of governance, ensuring that no single branch, whether executive, legislative, or judiciary, dominates or overpowers the others. The Supreme Court, as the guardian of this constitution, has often stepped in to provide clarion reminders of these limitations. Its judgments echo the ethos that while the president's authority is undeniable, it is not absolute, especially when the inalienable rights of Nigeria's citizens are at stake. As the Tinubu saga unfolded, it didn't just highlight the president's potential actions but emphasized the democratic safeguards in place. This dynamic interplay between power and restraint is a testament to Nigeria's robust democratic foundation. It reiterates the idea that while leaders come and go, the enduring principles of justice, fairness, and respect for rights remain the bedrock upon which the nation thrives. In this delicate balance of authority and accountability, Nigeria finds its strength, ensuring that its democracy remains vibrant, resilient, and true to its founding ideals. For the judiciary, Nigeria's silent sentinel when the annals of a nation's history are written, the spotlight often gravitates towards the more visible arms of governance, the executives who shape policy and the legislators who frame laws. Yet, lurking in the backdrop, maintaining a deliberate and contemplative distance, is the judiciary, silently upholding the principles that define the nation. In Nigeria, amid the clamor of politics and the turbulence of governance, the judiciary stands as a stoic sentinel, safeguarding the foundational principles enshrined in the constitution. The narrative surrounding Nigeria often touches upon the specter of corruption. Indeed, the nation has had its struggles with malfeasance at various levels. But it would be a gross oversimplification, even an injustice, to cast the entire judiciary in a shadow of doubt. Like any vast institution, it is a mosaic of characters, where many judges still don the robes with an unyielding commitment to justice and integrity. The Tinubu certificate controversy thrust the judiciary once again into the limelight, not as a mere observer but as a decisive force. As debates raged and political allegiances clashed, it was the courts that were poised to provide clarity, to cut through the din and make sense of the constitutional intricacies. The judiciary found itself at the nexus of a national debate, tasked with interpreting not just the letter of the law, but its spirit. The controversy underscored a vital truth, that while the president and the legislature shape the nation's journey, it's the judiciary that ensures the path adheres to the nation's constitutional compass. Whether it's validating the exercise of presidential powers or ensuring that no citizen's rights are trampled upon, the courts serve as the final word, the ultimate arbitrator. In moments like these, the judiciary's role is not just to interpret laws but to reinforce the delicate balance of Nigeria's democracy. It reminds all citizens, from the highest office to the common man, of the inviolable principles that bind the nation. In the cacophony of debates and the whirlwind of politics, the judiciary stands as Nigeria's silent sentinel, watching, deliberating, and ensuring the nation's heartbeats remain true to its foundational ethos. 5. A national security perspective. The term national security often evokes images of armed conflicts, intelligence operations, and counter-terrorism efforts. However, in the complex tapestry of modern geopolitics and governance, the scope of national security extends beyond just physical threats. It encompasses the socio-political health of the nation, the stability of its institutions, and the cohesion of its people. Enter the certificate controversy surrounding President Tinubu. At its core, it appears to be an academic debate, a question of veracity pertaining to a single document. But as the discussions escalated, the ramifications became more extensive, intertwining with the threads of national sentiment, public trust, and the very legitimacy of leadership. The possibility of deploying an executive order in response to such a controversy, citing national security, is a double-edged sword. On one hand, if a fabricated certificate or misleading information could potentially destabilize the nation's political equilibrium or incite widespread unrest, there's a case to be made for its categorization as a threat to national security. Such a misrepresentation at the highest level could undermine trust, not just in the leadership, but in the very institutions that uphold the nation's democracy. On the other hand, classifying the certificate debate as a national security issue could be perceived as a strategic maneuver to suppress dissenting voices and curtail in-depth investigation. Such a move risks conflating genuine national security threats with political inconveniences, potentially setting a precedent that could be exploited in future scenarios. The dilemma challenges the nation to introspect. Where does one draw the line? At what point does a political controversy transform into a palpable threat to the nation? And more importantly, how does one ensure that the banner of national security isn't misused to quell legitimate concerns or inquiries? In the intricate dance of governance and politics, it's imperative that the sanctity of national security remains unblemished. The certificate controversy, in its multifaceted dimensions, serves as a reminder that the boundaries defining national security need constant reassessment, ensuring they truly serve the nation's interests rather than transient political objectives. 6. The media, misinformation, and the presidential narrative. A flicker on a screen, a headline on a morning paper, a tweet. Today, information travels faster than ever before. The media, once a mere observer and reporter, has now become an influencer, shaping perceptions and swaying public sentiment. But as the certificate controversy unraveled, a crucial question was thrust to the forefront. In our fast-paced, digital era, how does the dynamic interplay between the media, misinformation, and presidential narratives impact the very fabric of a nation's psyche? The certificate debate was not just a discussion about a document's authenticity. It was emblematic of a larger issue facing societies worldwide: misinformation. In a world dominated by 24/7 news cycles and social media algorithms, where sensationalism often trumps accuracy, the line between fact and fabrication becomes alarmingly blurred. When such ambiguities revolve around the highest office in the land, the stakes are monumental. President Tinubu's narrative, like that of any leader, is a tapestry woven from multiple threads, some by his own administration, some by opposition parties, and others by independent media outlets. In the face of controversy, the media's role becomes pivotal. They are the gatekeepers, responsible for discerning truth from conjecture and ensuring that the public, the ultimate arbiters of democracy, are well informed. Yet, as seen during the certificate saga, this responsibility can be daunting. Misinformation, either propagated intentionally or birthed from innocent inaccuracies, can ignite flames of discord, skepticism, and unrest. The relationship between the presidency and the media is often seen as adversarial, but it is more accurately described as symbiotic. The presidency needs the media to communicate, to elucidate policies, and to connect with the populace. Conversely, the media needs the presidency for information, for direction, and often for the very content that drives their platforms. However, when controversy strikes, this relationship is tested. Trust can erode, intentions can be questioned, and narratives can diverge, leading to a kaleidoscope of versions of the truth. Yet, it is the third vertex of this triad, the public, that holds the most power. In an age labeled as post-truth, where emotions and personal beliefs often overshadow objective facts, the public's ability to critically evaluate information becomes paramount. The certificate controversy serves as a lesson, a case study on the need for media literacy, the importance of transparent communication from leaders, and the critical role of an informed and discerning citizenry. In concluding, as narratives around the certificate controversy continue to unfold and evolve, one thing becomes clear: in our modern age, the battle is not just for truth, but for trust. The triad of the presidency, the media, and the public must navigate this complex landscape, understanding that their intertwined dynamics will shape not just individual narratives, but the overarching story of the nation itself. 7. Beyond the certificate. Looking ahead, the undulating waves of the certificate controversy have rippled far beyond its immediate epicenter, touching the shores of broader concerns and revealing the undercurrents of a nation's socio-political landscape. While the debate's origin may be a single document, its ramifications span the vast terrains of governance, public trust, transparency, and the future trajectory of Nigeria's political voyage. Transparency in governance. At the heart of the certificate saga lies the primal issue of transparency. A government's legitimacy and efficacy stem from its transparency, the clarity with which it operates, and the willingness to subject itself to scrutiny. The controversy underscores the necessity for not just leaders, but all public servants to be forthright about their credentials, their backgrounds, and their qualifications. Such transparency not only averts potential crises but fortifies public trust. The trust quotient, trust, the intangible bond between a government and its people, is both fragile and formidable. It can be eroded with a single act of mistrust, yet, once firmly established, can act as the bedrock upon which societies thrive. The certificate controversy, for many, became a litmus test of this trust. It evoked questions about the information that leaders share, the veracity of their claims, and the sanctity of the offices they hold. In the digital age, where misinformation can spread rapidly, the onus on governments to nurture and maintain this trust becomes even more paramount. Lessons for future governance: every controversy, every crisis, is also a classroom, offering lessons for the future. The certificate debate has underscored several key takeaways: vigilance in verification. Institutions like INEC, tasked with validating candidate qualifications, need to be rigorous and meticulous, ensuring that controversies of this nature are preemptively averted. Responsive communication: in the face of a brewing storm, swift, honest, and clear communication is essential. Leaders and institutions must address concerns head-on, offering clarity and, if necessary, redress. Engaging with the Fourth Estate, the media, often termed the Fourth Estate of the realm, plays a crucial role in shaping narratives. Governments must actively engage with media outlets, ensuring that accurate information is disseminated. Promotion of civic education: the public, equipped with the right tools and knowledge, can distinguish between fact and fiction. There's a pressing need to promote civic education, nurturing a populace that's both informed and discerning. In the annals of Nigerian history, the certificate controversy will be remembered not just for the fervor it ignited but for the introspection it invoked. As Nigeria looks ahead, it's crucial to assimilate these lessons, ensuring that future chapters of its political narrative are marked by trust, transparency, and an unwavering commitment to the principles of democracy. Conclusion: the certificate controversy, with its twists and turns, has been more than just a dispute over an academic document. It has transformed into a mirror for Nigeria, reflecting its strengths, vulnerabilities, aspirations, and concerns. It's a testament to the dynamism of a democracy, where a seemingly small spark can ignite sweeping discussions on governance, trust, and the intricate dance between power and responsibility. As we journey beyond this episode, it's crucial to remember the broader implications. Trust, once eroded, takes time to rebuild. Transparency isn't merely a word but a continuous commitment to openness and accountability. The delicate equilibrium between the various arms of government, the media, and the citizenry needs nurturing, a harmonious symphony where each note, each player, is invaluable. While the certificate itself may, in time, fade into the annals of history, the lessons, conversations, and introspections it spurred will remain etched in Nigeria's collective conscience. As the nation charts its future course, these reflections will be the guiding stars, illuminating the path toward a more resilient, robust, and representative democracy. And as the echoes of this controversy gradually subside, one enduring truth stands tall: democracies are not just shaped by laws and leaders but by the vigilant voices of its people, by the questions they ask, the standards they uphold, and the future they envision. Today, Nigeria doesn't just reflect on a certificate but on its very soul, contemplating the kind of nation it aspires to be in the years and decades to come. Thank you. Adaragba Otunla.